Good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and this is your outlook for September 23rd, 2014. And we went from yesterday looking like we're going to have a week of uneventful events, weather events, and now all of a sudden, like weather typically does, is throwing a little monkey wrench in this situation. That's because of this little system right down here that looked like it was going to stay to our south, and now with these some of these models are now showing this creep up a little bit further to the north here than originally expected, and then I had to deal with the timing of this high pressure and the one moving in from the Ohio Valley, and now we have a trough split to deal with and all kinds of good stuff. So we're going to get right into the forecast here. This is actually looking at Tuesday afternoon. High pressure is actually anchored over northwestern Pennsylvania and western New York State at this point. This high pressure is going to drift to a position to right about here into the Gulf of Maine. And this, by the time it's going to take a full 24 hours to get from here to here. So, it was looking at later in the day on Wednesday, the high pressure should be sitting right about here. And at the same time, this system is going to be moving up to the north here and position itself just east of the mouth of the Chesapeake. So, it wasn't expected to come up a little this far north. This isn't really that strong of a low pressure system, but it might just be pesky enough that it might bring us some precipitation after midnight on Wednesday night and early Thursday, or actually during the morning on Thursday, I should say, and then moving away Thursday afternoon. Let's get into this now, into this system, and we're going to go a little bit forward here. And first we're going to start with, here's later Wednesday, and here's a high pressure in the Gulf of Maine, like I said. Here's the system moving further to the north here, and then we go a little bit further here. Here's the overnight hours. Now look at how it gets some precipitation, and some heavy, in fact, over extreme southern New Jersey, and also much of Delaware. I do think if you get down to Delaware, obviously those are your best chances to get into some of this precipitation, and the same with extreme southern New Jersey. So the question is, how far north does this get? And one thing we have going on here is, as this system moves north, you're wanting high pressure here in the Ohio or over the Great Lakes to kind of kick in here pretty quick, and that'll help suppress this system and push it further to the southeast. And that's what this does, but this high pressure is a little bit delayed, so there lies some opportunity for this thing to move further north here. And you see it gets all the way up to just about close to on the border of southeastern PA and east central PA here. It was a very tough call. I actually forecast for the east central PA region, and I went with just keeping it clouds and dry for now, but I might be changing that forecast if these models continue to insist that this high pressure is going to be delayed here. And if it is delayed, this system will come a little bit further north. It's hard to even see where the low pressure center is here, but it's actually sitting right about here, and it's very weak. Very, very weak low pressure, but it does have a lot of precipitation with it, and that's because you have this gradient between the two here. As well, one of the reasons is that because of the gradient here. Also, you have an onshore flow, which isn't helping. So I do think it gets up to, I would say southeastern PA would be in the game for that, and probably southern New Jersey, maybe eastern portions of northern New Jersey as we get into Thursday morning, and that would be up near the Newark and New York City area. Of course, Long Island and southern New England would be in the threat area as well. I think north of that line is going to be having a real tough time because you have this high pressure that's moving in behind it that's going to really start to push against this and push it to the southeast, even though it was still trying to come north here. And I'll show you that in a couple frames here. Look what it does. It comes up and then it starts tailing backwards. See that? Comes up and tails backwards to the southeast. So, we're expecting that to happen as this high pressure moves in. High pressure is going to force this thing to the south here, and it's just a matter of how quickly does it do that. And, it's going to come down to timing, basically. Here's the depiction of the GFS. Same idea here. Actually has the area low pressure a little bit further south, and it does get up to about the Philadelphia area and southern New Jersey. Brings in less precipitation because it keeps most of the heaviest stuff offshore. So it's just lighter precipitation here on the GFS, and then that pulls away as well. And we're going to go over to the NAM now. The NAM has pretty much the same idea as the European model here. This thing takes it up to the north here and gets precipitation close and brings it up into northern New Jersey as well. So a lot of solutions here. You see where the center of low pressure center of low pressure is right off of Cape May here. So it's It's going to just depend on a lot of things with timing. So as we get a little bit closer, hopefully have this narrowed down. Some of the models are not very impressed with the precipitation totals. I know you can't see the numbers on the scale here, but the highest total it brings is in extreme southern New Jersey, brings about a ½ inch of precipitation, and extreme eastern coastal sections of southern New Jersey, about a ½ inch. Once you get into this dark green here, that's about 4/10 of an inch. And once you get into the lighter green, you're talking about a ½ inch or so. The grays are less than a tenth of an inch. So this is where I think is going to be the cutoff. I really think that the GFS has the right idea with this, but we can't ignore the European model, which is a little more aggressive and further north with it. Here's the depiction of the Euro here, and look, you see a lot of precipitation with this down in this area, and a tremendous amount actually shown over southern Delaware, upwards of 2 to 3 inches up in this area here. I don't know if we get that much out of this, but even, you know, you see one thing you're noticing here is the northern extent goes all the way up into the lower Susquehanna Valley, gets all the way up to the Lehigh Valley with precipitation too, and into interior northern New Jersey. The only thing that would be spared here would be northeastern PA in this scenario, and also northwest New Jersey. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this again, because it's really light, lighter precipitation up here in southeastern PA mostly, and across central New Jersey. But you get into southern New Jersey, it's showing amounts over an inch here. So something we definitely have to keep an eye on, because it's not something that we have a good handle on right now. And that's going to be, hopefully we'll figure that out in future runs. I know we're running out of time here, but as we're getting closer, but it's really a tough call. And this is acting like one of those winter systems that really just can't make up its mind. So either way, this system is going to move out, and high pressure is going to settle in for over the weekend, and we're going to get into some very warm temperatures. Temperatures over a very large area here will get up into the 80s, I think, and that's in these areas mostly that I'm circling are going to be in the 80s, probably upper 70s up here in this area here, and extreme northwestern New Jersey. But this area will all be in the 80s here, it looks like, for this weekend, and a very nice weekend with mostly sunny skies coming up. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for September 23rd, 2014. Have a great Tuesday.